Hi, welcome to Grace Garden. Today we're going to do some floral work. I am actually a florist by trade. That's what I do for a living. And I'm going to make a flower arrangement today with you. So stay tuned and enjoy. Today's flower arrangement is for a baby girl. And I've done a little bit of prep before you joined me. But what you need to do is remove any leaves that are going to fall below your water line and check for these little guard petals. You want to pull those off. That's exactly what they are, guard petals. You're not doing the rose any disservice by taking those petals off. And if you buy roses from someone who doesn't leave the guard petals on, I would wonder how many times they've pulled the petals off before the rose actually got to you. So I'm not going to pick that one. That one is not a good rose. Although those rose petals would have been good for something. These are professionally purchased from a distributor roses, so you wouldn't want to use those rose petals in a food recipe, because they're definitely not safe to consume. Although rose petals are edible, don't buy roses from a florist or a supermarket and try to use them in a recipe, because they are not safe to eat. So I think that's good for the roses. I've got some very beautiful, well, I've always got Astromeria in my arrangements. I don't know if I'm going to use the pink Astromeria that I have here. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I do. But I've got some nice pink tulips, which my client asked me for. So they're going to get some lovely tulips. And some daisies, because I like that for babies. I got baby's breath here. And these are called rose-lillies. Really what they are is just a double-flowered lily. And the little baby girl's name is Lillian. So we're going to put some of these beautiful double-flowered lilies in here. And I think that's all I have. Some limonium, because I love limonium. And some greens. So we're going to start off, sorry I'm bending down over here. We're going to start off with some greens in our vase, just to give us a little bit of an armature to work with and support our flowers. And again, you don't need a lot, just enough so that when you stick a stem in the vase, it doesn't move around on you. And also because green is a good backdrop. It's a good background to highlight your flowers. Greens are important in your arrangement. We really only need enough to keep our stems where we put them, like an armature, to support our flowers. So I don't want a lot of greens in there. I want it to be mostly flowers, which is very trendy right now. And I like to start with my highest flowers so I can set my size and shape, the size and shape of my design. And I'm going to put the pointiest one and the most closed one at the highest point. And a good rule for you to follow is I have my vase elevated off the table, but you can do it right on the table. Just use the edge of the table. Pull the vase forward and use the edge of the table. But you can see where you want it to how long you want it to be. And the first couple stems are the most important because they're going to set up, they're going to determine the shape and the height and the overall size of your finished arrangement. So the beginning you want to take a little bit of thought and time. Now this is going to be the most noticeable flower, so we want that to be given a place of importance right there in the front of the arrangement. And then I'm going to fill in with my roses. I want to put roses in a line going this way through the arrangement. I've decided you can choose whatever shape you want, but you do want to sort of have lines that'll lead the eye through the arrangement. And I'm going to put a cluster here and a cluster here of the roses. You want to pick your smallest, pointiest rose to be that top rose, just like we picked the smallest, pointiest bud on the lilies to be at the top there. So we're gonna make that our tallest rose right there. And then I'm gonna put a couple supporting actors around that rose. And I'm gonna want the biggest, most open roses to be here. Having the heaviest looking flowers near the bottom of the arrangement gives it a more natural and pleasing feel. So that is what I'm going to do. That one I actually cut a little too short, so I'm going to cut it even shorter and move it to the front, and then choose another rose for that middle spot. There, better. This guy I'm going to want over there. And this guy I'm going to want over here. Now this one I'm going to have to cut shorter than hitting the bottom of the vase, because I want it to hit the side of the vase over here. And I'll put in my tulips. I'm going to add a couple pieces of this limonium, which the baby's breath is cute and precious. I think the limonium really adds a bit of elegance. I like the lines that the limonium gives your arrangement. And this is called Misty Blue, this particular limonium, and it does have a little blue tinge to the center of all those minute flowers, but it really has no color. So it's a good addition that won't upset the balance of the color palette that you're using. And once you start filling the vase, it gets a little bit harder to get the flowers in. So you want to be careful, like you saw me break a stem already. And I usually like to put in some Astramaria, but I don't like the Astramaria that I have here, so we are not going to. If it's not pristine and perfect, don't use it. You want to only have pristine, perfect, amazing flowers in your flower arrangements. These are gifts. The person giving the gift doesn't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be embarrassed. And your customers deserve something special for their special day. And if it's for you in your home, you certainly want to have nice flowers. I'm taking off these tulip leaves, which really takes a long time to do when you're arranging with tulips. But tulip flower leaves are substantial and they take up a lot of room in the vase. And they could conceal the flowers a little bit, which we don't want to do. We want the flowers to be centered. I lost a little bit of footage there because my phone rang and I'm recording this on my phone. But here is my finished arrangement. I added tulips across the bottom, which I think you were able to see me do. And then I added a little bit of them here in this side of the arrangement, and just a couple to balance on this side of the arrangement. Again, that line, the tulips line and the rose line, and I covered the front of the arrangement with some baby's breath so you don't see those naked stems in the front. You could put a bow here. I may actually still put a bow there. That'll be another video how I make bows. But there's our finished arrangement for a little lily. And I hope that you enjoyed our little time together today making this arrangement. And I thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Ask a question. Ask for something that you want to see. Give a comment. And make sure that you subscribe. Thank you from Grace Garden. And today from Gracegarden Florist. Bye now. And